All right, guys, we are starting our Star Consultant Success Pathways tonight. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. Under training, you're going to go to Success Paths and then to Star Consultant. And we are, again, going through these. If you're a Star Consultant or higher, you'll have access to these. Star Consultant or higher, you'll have access. And this is going to treat you like you're a brand new consultant. So here at the beginning, it's going to be talking to you, saying congratulations on your milestone, and then just going over the essentials of nurturing a successful Scentsy team, talking about how you've already sponsored team members. And really, Star Consultant is where it gets harder to be paid at title. So we'll watch this video real quick. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay.
You promoted to Star Consultant. What an amazing accomplishment. You committed yourself to developing and then made it happen. We hope that you've taken a moment to bask in the feeling of accomplishment and truly take it all in. You've earned it. And now that you've acknowledged how far you've come, it's time to take a look at what's next. On your Star Consultant success path, you'll begin to embrace the fundamentals of building a successful Scentsy team. You've already added some teamies to promote to Star. Next, you'll learn team building methods to create a solid unit that can expand even more. That's why the checklist and challenges in the success path not only focus on boosting your business, but also on building a strong Scentsy team. You probably already noticed how building a team has affected your commissions and bonuses. Check out the compensation plan infographic to see the 2 new bonuses you are now eligible to earn. And don't forget to check out what it will take to promote to Superstar Consultant while you're there. After reviewing your comp plan, look over the Scentsy Awards Guide to identify a couple of awards you may be interested in earning on the success path. The Lifetime PRV Awards come to mind. These awards are fun because you can earn them at every cumulative 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, or 500,000 PRV earned. Set and monitor your PRV goals in your workstation to start off on the right foot. We mentioned that your success path will touch on how to build a Scentsy team, but it will also cover one of our favorite Scentsy topics, gifts. Yes, gift giving occasions are some consultants' bread and butter, and we think you'll find some tips and tricks in this success path to make the most of them with your customers. So, are you ready? It's gonna be a fun one, filled with a lot of Scentsy spirit, a sprinkle of Scentsy systems, and you've already proven that you've got this. Totally. Keep working towards your goal, have fun, and we'll see you soon.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is there are 5 training courses and then the reflect, revise, reinforce. So tonight we're going to try and get through definitely 2 and maybe part of 3. So the first part on set your sights for the Star Consultant. It's gonna evaluate your business again. We're gonna go through and see what evaluating what parts are strengths and what are your weaknesses. Again, having that vision statement, making sure that you're doing that all through your business. And then we'll go ahead and watch this video as well.
A vision statement is a declaration of your long-term goals.
Oh, just kidding. So that's the same video that we've seen for all of the titles so far. So again, we're doing this on a fast pace with this program, but as you're promoting every time, and maybe you just promoted, or maybe you're getting back into the groove of being paid at title, these are the questions that you should be going through on yourself. Why did I join Scentsy? What motivates me? What are my core values? What kind of person do I want to become? What does success mean to me? And what kind of lifestyle do I want? So really just going over that vision statement for your business. It's also a great time to evaluate the parts of your business under the My Performance tab. So of course, looking at your PRB, comparing that. The pro tip here is to start tracking your performance weekly. And then once you have a team to check it daily. So if you are a STAR consultant or above, that is something that they recommend. That's something that I do too. It's great to compare that month to month and year to year, just to see where you are. Reflecting on your performance, finding time to celebrate, and then again, like I said, identifying those areas of opportunity. You're going to go through your SMART goals. This is going to be the same video as well with your business and with your teenies. Don't forget that part of setting your sights and getting this. So we'll definitely get through 3 because this is all a review. I forgot that was all there. A goal means nothing if you don't take action. Again, this is all going to be the same that we've already been. So if you're going through this program with us, you've already done all this, but if you're watching this on YouTube or something for the first time, then you'll definitely need to take this part of the course slower and go through this and make sure you are going over everything there. All right, let's see if we can get into the nitty-gritty of this. Come on. Okay, so the second training course, the Foundations Introduction to the 5 Fundamentals of Team Building. We've already talked about this a little bit as well. But this is to help you be a successful and effective leader. We've identified a list of fundamental skills to help you guide your new team. So they are prepare, discover, coach, connect, replicate. Okay. You'll learn how these fundamentals work so you can use them in every aspect of your business, especially through positive leadership, so your team grows and excels with you. So this is a longer video. We'll go ahead and play that. Hopefully y'all can hear this on my side.
Prepare is all about getting organized and establishing systems that will work for you as you take action in the other team building fundamentals. Being prepared means leading with intention. You are more likely to excel if you're deliberate in thinking about what your team needs beforehand. You should also have a few systems in place so you feel competent mentoring new team members and confident in taking what you did to be successful and sharing that knowledge with your team. A good system is simple. It should help simplify your efforts in team building. It should also be scalable, which means it should be something that will work for a small team and be adaptable for a large team, a local team, and an international team.
Yeah, I think having a system takes the guesswork out of it. You don't have to come up with something new all the time.
I am a mother of 5, so I have to always find that balance. So what's worked for me is scalable systems is what we have.
And if you know that every Tuesday night is when you meet with your team, you don't have to think about it. And that gets you past the point when you feel stuck and you don't want to do it. It doesn't matter because it's Tuesday night and that's what you do. When it's a system, it just keeps rolling whether you feel like it or not. Not if I don't feel like it.
When it comes to supporting and training your teams, it's important for you to know and leverage the training opportunities that have already been created that are provided for you to use. You just need to know what's there so you can plug your team members into the systems and programs that already exist. For example, we have a Sensational Start program that helps all new consultants start strong. This program includes helpful links, training videos, and other engagement opportunities like the First Things First checklist that encourage them to complete tasks that will help them launch their business.
So I really appreciate that Sensi has great systems in place already with the Shooting Star Award, Sensational Start, the First Things First checklist. I didn't really have to come up with a system. I just keep in touch with them and kind of walk them through it. It's being help. It's already done. Like, I don't like reinventing the wheel. Like using other people's wheels.
As a leader, it's important for you to lead with your own style and personality. This means that you will also create your own systems to ensure that you are discovering, coaching, and connecting in the way that is most effective for you and for your team. The best systems are the ones that you will actually use. So find one that works for you and work it consistently.
So we made an album on our team Facebook page, and it's for all new consultants. And every time we get someone join our team, no matter if they're our frontline, just throughout our whole downline, our whole group, we tag them on that album. We welcome them to our team page. We also give them a text or a phone call to welcome them and to make sure that they check out the album and go through the steps. And it's basically everything in the starter guide that comes in their kit. We break it down. A lot of the links are the Scentsy links, videos, and there's a lot of videos from us that we have on YouTube. We give them the link, they watch the video, breaks everything down, just like everything in the starter guide. A lot of people are not into the reading part, and that's so me. So I was like, okay, we need to do something that they can get a visual and that connects. So we have a whole welcome fun video for them to watch, and then time to get to work. So
For me, when I was just starting my team and building, I just looked up to other people and I kind of would try to replicate what they did, but then make it my own at the same time.
There may be times when you need to adapt or replace your systems. It could be that your team has grown or that your old system just isn't getting the same results as it once did. And that's okay. Make the adjustments and just keep rolling.
I like the fact that things are on a cycle. So for a while, things will work and then it won't. And then we try something different. And then I'll go back and do it again and it'll work great.
So those systems really keep me in place on training my team and also for my business.
You will experience obstacles and may feel overwhelmed at times. And you may wonder how to maintain your own sales while building and leading a team. But if you implement the right systems that work for you early on, you'll be better able to manage your time.
So that's an amazing video. There's so much information there. It's so good to hear from other leaders that they're doing the same thing, honestly. And I love this little part under here. It says, luck may be perceived as the key to success, but in reality, success stems from thorough preparation. For example, directors are not promoted by chance. Their promotion is a result of a solid business plan. I'm actually going to copy that to share in our group. Think about what you've done that has led to your personal success with Scentsy and identify the tools needed to lead your team towards similar accomplishments. What helped you when you first started your Scentsy journey? What do you wish you had known in the beginning that will make your team members' first steps more manageable? And how did you get new team members? We talk about that a lot in our team and group as well. That, these people are coming behind you. You've already done this. So not that your story is going to be exactly like their story, but putting yourself in their position and trying to think of the things that you went through when you first started is so important with helping others. And even this last question of how'd you get your new team members, going back and looking, how did I meet that person? What was our, relationship like before they joined? And really taking the reality of that in. So make sure that you're answering those questions truthfully, because it's going to help you grow. They talked a lot in the video about the scalable systems. Ensure your team members get the support they need by creating scalable systems. Scalable systems break down large tasks into smaller, achievable to-do lists that you can maintain whether you have a team of 1 or 100. These systems save time and energy, and they can be used for each component of your business. So, for example, you can apply a scalable system to communicate with your team and customers to help the people connected to you feel like their needs are being met. Simply organize communications to specific days of the week. So Mondays could be for host. And this is going to be very similar actually to our daily and monthly tasks list that we have shared multiple times in Simply Grace and Grit. And this is a great example. Monday is going to be host. So reach out to 5 people to host a party. Host coach upcoming party hosts, follow up with recent party hosts, create host packets, and then maybe Tuesdays you're pulling a reorder report to reach out to those customers who need a refill, preparing and sending happy mail, and following up with customer orders. Now, those 2 days doing those list of things for each of those days, that's not going to take you all day. So this is a great example as maybe start using this system if you're feeling overwhelmed in your business. Maybe you feel like you're always working. We've talked about this a lot. Are you working or are you busy in your business? Because that's two different things. So these are the things that are going to be really important to do. Wednesdays, team members choose a few team members to connect with, hold a one-on-one coaching session, prepare and send team recognition shout outs, and send a welcome packet to new consultants. Again, this is going to be broken down by day. So if you get those things done, you're done for the day. These things, depending on how many new teamies you have and how many one-on-one coaching sessions you're having on a Wednesday, this should not take you more than an hour or two. This even gives you an example of a welcome packet. My welcome packets look the same as they did 6 years ago, 5 years ago when I started doing them. And that is also on Simply Grace and Grit. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's definitely in my YouTube list. But this says a welcome letter, your contact information, consultant support details, links to relevant group or team social pages, information on training opportunities, new consultant awards. Mine is a little bit more fun just because those things listed there, a lot of that's in their email. It was interesting. The girl in the video mentioned people don't like to read, and it's so true. I'm also a skimmer myself. And a lot of times people will come to you and ask you questions that if they read, they would know, but they're not reading it. And that's part of them, partly on them, but it's partly on you to say, this is where you can find that information, right? You're going to teach them how to train and how to learn these things. And because the part about that is if you were just to tell them the answer and then they were to sponsor 10 people and do the same for that, they're going to get burnout in leadership, right? So we want to make sure that we're teaching our people how to teach themselves and how to learn so then they can teach their people the same. And that's a ripple effect in our business. Thursday's training, choose one training asset from the training section. If you haven't checked out our training section on our workstation, it is packed full of information. YouTube is a great one too. Post a training tip on your team's Facebook page. So this Thursday is like our Tuesdays. We do Tip Tuesdays in Simply Grace and Grit. And then check in with team members within their first 70 days to see if they have any questions. Once a week, Thursdays, checking in with your new teammates. That's a great follow-up right there. And then maybe Fridays is your potential recruit. So make a list of people you know who'd be great consultants, follow up with those you've shared the opportunity with, and reach out one-on-one to the on the fencers with an option to host a party. Maybe you only have 2 days a week that you want or can work your business. You're going to switch all this around. So maybe you're doing, 3 hours worth of work, or 2 hours worth of work 2 times a week, right? That's going to look different for everybody. Maybe you can only work on the weekends, but these are great examples of what you should be doing. Check out the Power Hour training to help track business needs, weekly goals, and communicate with your team and customers. It even has a direct link right to it. So I love all this. This is also a great, we'll take a picture of it. This is a great thing to share with our leaders too, that maybe aren't doing this program with us. That are not sure on what they should do to start building their business. All of these scalable systems are so important as your team is growing, especially when it grows quickly. Such good information. I wish I had this when I was becoming a leader. And again, this STAR consultant information is available to lead consultants because you're going to have access to your current and your next title. So discovery, intro to team building, discovery, the foundation of building a relationship with your team members. What you'll learn, build meaningful relationships by discovering who your team members are and how you can support them. So this is a 3-minute video we're going to watch really quick.
If you want to be an effective sponsor and leader, it is so important for you to know who your team members are, what they want out of their business, when, where, and how they want to work their business, and their why.
I love to talk to people and just getting to know them and, find out why they joined Cincy and what they want out of their business. Whether they want to work at part-time, whether they want to work at full-time, finding out how you can best support them. And everybody's business is so unique. So what they might think is a successful business is so different from what my definition of a successful business is. So you need to learn how you can best support them to meet those goals. Have like a mentor sheet that just has the basic questions. Why did you join Cincy? What do you want out of your business? And just the basics, because I don't want to overwhelm them. And if I call them and I'm like, okay, we're going to talk for half an hour and I'm going to interview you and see what you want. It might scare away people. It's just a very simple, basic list of just kind of getting to know them and just how helping me to learn how to support them. When they join, I sit down with them and ask them, okay, well, why did you join? Based on what they say, we go further into it. An example, most people are like, well, I just want to make more money. And so I'm like, okay, well, why do you want to make more money? How much more do you want to make? Is that a month? Is that a year? Is that quarterly? What are you going to use the money for? Like, why is that amount so important to you? And what would achieving it, reaching that goal by this time frame, what would that mean to you? And how would it make you feel? I want at least 30 minutes of their face. A lot of times, if they're local, that means, coffee or dinner at my house. Sometimes that's Zoom, but it's eye to eye contact where they see me and I see them and they understand that this journey is about them and not me. So that's the number one thing that I want to do is just see their face.
Find out what it is that they're wanting to get from the business and what value it can add to their lives. And then when I find those things out and I'm listening to them and learning those things, then it helps me to know how better to serve them and to help them build their businesses in a way that is going to be the most beneficial to them.
Discovery is a two-way street. You discover their needs, desires, and how to best support them, and they discover your goals, expectations, and enthusiasm for helping them succeed. And remember, keep your conversations authentic and simple.
Another amazing video. Building a relationship with your downline begins with discovery. Your goal is to learn more about each team member, share information about yourself, and foster trust in you and Cincy. So this is a mutual exchange where you discover their needs, desires, and how to support them while they learn about your goals, expectations, and enthusiasm for their success. So here's some questions that you can ask your team members. I personally have what's called a frontline focus form. It is a Google sheet where it's part personal and then part business, where it asks them about them, their family, and then it talks about their goals and why they're here. And that's also good to update. But here are some questions that you can ask your new team members if you're not sure where to start. Who are they? Learn about their story and who they are, where they're from, what their hobbies are. Do they have kids? Again, it's super important not to overwhelm them with those questions, right? So you're not going to send all those questions at once. Really just having conversations with them, you're going to learn a lot about them. What are their goals? So that's obviously a great first question. That's going to change a lot throughout people's business if they stick around. So again, that's good to check in here and there to see if their goals have changed, either bigger goals or smaller goals. Where do they plan to focus their efforts? So if they want to do home parties, or maybe they're going to do all online, understanding what they're doing and what they need help with is super important as a leader, because if me personally, I do everything online and I have someone come in that all they want to do is home parties, a lot of the trainings and experience that I have is still going to be helpful, but it's not going to be focused on what they're doing. But the good thing is there's someone in Cincy that is, so we can do that together, learn new things, and find the resources that will help them. When do they want to work their business or own their business? And then why did they join Cincy? If people are not sure about their why, here is a identify your why to guide your journey. That is something that I wish we would have had along the way. I didn't know we had that until recently, where people say, well, I don't know what my why is. I don't know exactly why I'm here. And that kind of guides you through figuring out. And then here's also a mentor sheet that's in your workstation that you can use for your teamies. All right, coach. So teach, illustrate, mentor, and empower. Learn how to empower your team members in their business. This is a longer video, but just stick with me because, guys, this whole section, this whole training course is so important to leadership, and just really focusing on, what's important while being a leader.
Coaching empowers team members to take initiative and learn what works best for their business. It's a win-win situation for you and your team. New consultants need to develop their own effective systems and become experts at running their business. This boosts confidence and builds excitement. They'll also be more likely to stick with their Cincy business and build their own team. In turn, you'll constantly be growing your team. And when team members can run their business with minimal support, you can focus on developing your front line. Coaching is not a one-time event. It's a process.
I believe in working my business very transparently. So anytime I'm working on something, I'm sharing it with my team and I'm like, hey, look what I'm working on today. What are you guys working on today? And I do feel like sometimes that helps them go, oh, that's something I could be doing right now. Or, oh, she still works her business every day. I guess I could probably stand to do that as well, right? But I just really like to show just Cincy in my day-to-day life, like how I work my business on the go with kids and how I make videos with my kids crawling all over me, and you just show up and you do it authentically. And I feel like setting that example for them is probably one of the most important things I do.
We number one, go over their goals and then what they're lacking to meet those goals and how they're going to get there. And then I will just touch base with them weekly to find out what they're doing to maintain what they have to do to get there to reach those goals.
I think the first thing would be to find out, to realize where they're at the moment and where they want to be. So say, for example, if they're a certified consultant and they've gone, oh my gosh, I want to be a director. I want to promote and make that promotion. So then we need to figure out, okay, well, this is what you need to do to become a director. And we need to start talking about sponsoring. We need to start talking about helping your new teams learn how to do all the things involved in Cincy and for them to learn to sponsor as well. And so it's about helping them to get a game plan so that they can essentially bridge the gap from where they are to where they want to be and give them the steps and most importantly, the belief that they can actually do it. It is really, I think, about breaking down that goal into smaller goals, into smaller promotions, so that once they get that promotion, we celebrate that and we're like, yes, see, you got to lead. Now you're only 2 promotions away from director. And so then that becomes more achievable.
You can't expect everybody to do the same thing. So you have to work with each person, each individual personally. You can't ask somebody who's down here to do the same as what this person. So you would then get together with them and see what their goals was.
If these are the real goals that you and the real why, you're going to take those action steps. If it's the wrong one, which if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, it's the wrong one. We need to revisit. Go back to that why, because it's not the right one. If it's the right one, they're going to work towards it.
Coaching is not a one-time event. It's a process. When you model the behavior you want to see from your team, you set them up and yourself for success in the future. Take time now to train and develop them into strong leaders for their new team members. The TIME acronym, teach, illustrate, mentor, and empower, will come in handy for coaching and mentoring your team. Teach. Explain the purpose of the task or behavior so they understand the relevance to their business. Illustrate. Show or demonstrate the task or behavior you want them to duplicate. Mentor. Have them perform the task while you sit beside them and provide direction. Empower. Now that they know how to do the task or behavior, let them do it on their own. Instead of taking an active role in their learning, you are now taking a passive role. They do the work, you support and encourage. As a coach, your ultimate goal is to help them learn to succeed and to be self-reliant, so they can then be the coach for their team members. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime.
I don't let people drop problems in my lap. They can vent and they can see what the problem is. And then we have a great conversation about solutions. Like, what would you do better? What do you think that would work? How would that work? And as other people chime in on our group page, it's amazing that the solutions that we can find that they would have never found.
It just depends. So if they become a director, then they are added to the director page. Of course, we're going to recognize them because everybody needs recognition. That's huge. And I mean, then we just find out what they want to do next. What's your next goal? And how are we going to get there? Everyone needs recognition. That is huge. I mean, that's what people thrive off of. That's what they need. Like, people need reinforcement that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. It makes me feel like I'm on the right track. Like, I can keep going. Like, I've done something that made sense, and it just helps me to keep moving.
It kind of concretes for them that what they've been doing is great and they've been doing the right thing, and you want to encourage that and to help them to keep going.
We do Facebook shout outs for promotions and achievements and awards. And also after the 10th of every month, when promotions and awards are official, I send out a postcard to those on my team who achieve those things. They love them and they post them on Facebook and they tag me and people cheer them on again. So it's just tons and tons of positive reinforcement. When I send the postcards out to people and they receive them, I get messages and I get tagged in Facebook posts, pictures of the postcard, how it made their day, and everybody jumps on and cheers them on again. And it just makes them feel like an absolute rock star.
I actually encourage them to take pictures, like if they get recognition, to like selfie with my awesome postcard, or like take a picture and just like shout out their accomplishments to their customers and just the general public, because I feel like when people see you succeeding at something, especially if they know you pretty well, it makes them go, oh, I could probably do that too. I mean, you're sure you can do it? I can do it. And it's a really good recruiting tool when you're succeeding in your business, but you don't really know how to tell people that you are. Like, you may not have a team yet, and it may be your first month, but you did a really awesome job. And now you have an award to show, even if it wasn't like an official one. You got recognized, you get to share it, and then it excites people about your business. Because it makes them feel super exciting and fancy and special. And they are fancy and special.
Again, coaching empowers team members to take initiative and learn what works best for their business. Set the example you want your team to follow. Help them set and meet their goals. Take time to coach them, recognize their efforts and achievements, and do it all consistently. Coaching is not a one-time event, it's a process.
So, all of that was another great video. Coaching empowers team members to take initiative and learn what works best for their business, benefiting both you and your team. The TIME acronym, which they talked about, is something I've never heard of until these came out, but teach, illustrate, mentor, and empower. And it breaks down each of those of how to be a good leader, teaching people, illustrating, mentoring, empowering. And then it says, imagine time as a ladder for your team's skill mastery. You start by teaching at the lowest rung, heavily involved, as they climb your role lessons until they succeed independently at the top, having mastered the skill. So teach, illustrate, mentor, empower, and then the master. People learn best when individual learning styles are respected. So varied training so every kind of leader can understand task or behavior in a way that makes sense to them. Visual, auditory, tactile, etc. The process is supportive and positive. It's an exciting time for them, but it can also be super overwhelming. I think we all have felt that. That's hard to help with just because there is so much information, but keeping it fun and engaging and keeping them here and not checked out is super important. And then communication, having that frequently and consistently. So if you have a new teamie and you're not talking to them frequently and consistently, you definitely should be. Again, going back to that weekly schedule of, I think it was Thursdays, checking in with your teamies who are within your 70 days. Once that time between shooting star and the end of their 70 days is a great opportunity for that once a week check-in. So the part of connect, support your team members by establishing connections with tools, resources, home office, and other consultants. Another video.
Within Sensi, connect has a variety of meanings. Connect with new team members. Connect team members to each other. Connect your team to resources and tools to help them learn and grow. And connect team members to the home office or events, resources, and communication. All of these meanings are important when we talk about connection.
A lot of people come into Sensei searching for something. I mean, all of us are searching for something. And a lot of the people are searching for family. When I finally started to find my people, it really gave me that fuel to make me feel like this is somewhere that I belong.
I think sometimes, as much as I would love to be able to connect with everyone, it's just not possible, even just in personality wise. As much as I would love to be that person that can connect with all different types of personalities, I just can't. And so it's when you can connect them with one another and they find someone that meshes with them, that understands what they're going through in their personal life and in business, they're able to then help each other.
So we have a really great team culture. It's very welcoming and inclusive. As soon as anybody joins our team, they're added to our team Facebook group, and we have a fantastic welcoming committee. And they're not assigned; just people are amazing at welcoming new people. Say, hey, welcome to the family. You're gonna have fun. Your sponsor is a rock star, whatever. They shout out and cheer and congratulate everybody. So right off the bat, they feel like this is a great place to be. I think that most people know what it feels like to not feel welcome, to be in a group or a crowd and feel like you're the odd one out. And that is especially likely to happen when you're a new person somewhere, right? And I feel like Sensi is the place where everyone's welcome. One of my favorite stories is when I was at an event and somebody walked up to me, they saw that I was alone, and said, you can sit with us. And that's like my favorite motto from then on is you can sit with us. So I want everybody to feel like they can sit with us.
It's a place where anyone can feel safe to ask any question at any time. So you don't have to necessarily rely on the fact that your sponsor is going to be there right now. You can go to that team page and talk to somebody else, and somebody's going to pipe in and say, hey, I remember when I was having to deal with this, or I remember the first time that I did this, this is how I dealt with it.
I feel like sometimes when someone's having a really hard time in their business, if they still feel like they've got a handle on their friends in the business and they don't feel like they're sinking in that area, I feel like it helps keep them going through the low seasons or the hard times, because this is still the same. Like, this hasn't changed and this is still good and everyone still loves Sensi and we're going to be okay.
We have fun and we build relationships with one another. And it's great to see other lines within our group interact with one another and become like great friends. And because of that, they're all helping each other within their business as well as being friends. So we do a lot of social events. Consultants have come.
for friendship. And we find that that's what keeps them there. We've talked to a couple of people, and sometimes when they're struggling in their business, a lot of the time it's, you can't leave. I have to get my 200 PIB order in because I want to keep coming to these things. So I still want to be a part of this. I don't want to miss out.
Get your team to events, because being with home office and being in that exciting atmosphere, feeling like you're part of that family. It's not just my family and my team, but Scentsy family is just something, it's something so big and so connected. And when they find their people, they're going to stay. And so events are so, so huge. And that's where leaders are born. We like to teach our team that you have so many resources available to you. It's not just your sponsor. It's not just the Facebook group. It's not just following the news tab. You have the training center. You can call CS with any question. And they're not only are they going to answer your question, they're going to be excited that they get to help you. And they're going to compliment you when you call with the silliest little question. They're never going to make you feel like it's a silly question either. So I think that this company is the place to be as far as being supported and feeling connected and feeling like you belong here.
All the hard work is done. I'm just kind of there to guide them along the way to make sure that they can find it and encourage them to keep going back to the resource. Make it a priority to ensure your downline feel like they belong at Scentsy and on your team. When they feel confident in their abilities to contribute, they will continue the positive cycle of recruiting new team members and following in your footsteps. As a leader, your goal is to create a community that is easy to join and hard to leave.
So connecting with new team members, setting time aside each month to address questions, concerns, just having that touch point with them, finding simple ways to connect that will make everyone feel welcome and supported. So connecting team members to each other, that's so important because like she said in the video, you personally are not going to connect with every single person that comes into your frontline, into your team, into your group, and that's okay. You don't have to be everyone's everything, right? So making sure that your team members are finding their people wherever that may be. The Facebook page like we have is been going on strong since I was a STAR consultant for that reason, because I wanted to make sure that we had a place where we could all come together, share, collaborate, all those things, shout outs, and that's why we do Director for a Day, because that group is all of our group. It's not just one person's, it's not just for leaders, it's literally for everyone. Connecting your team to resources and tools. So again, teaching them how to teach themselves, making sure they have the resources to be successful because this is their independent business. Connect your team to home office. Y'all know that home office is always here. Your workstation is always here. It is literally 24/7 Walmart. It's always open. And honestly, going back to the Facebook page, if you need to look for something, searching in there is a great place too. So again, making sure that your people know that not only that they have the tools and resources, but that they know how to find them. And then of course, attending events. So Scentsy Family Reunion that's coming up, World Tour, any kind of things we do as a team, as a group, it's so important to not only attend, but to come together during those times and make sure that, you're using that time to do all of those connections in person, because we don't get in person a lot, just because we're so far all over the US. So the last part is to replicate. This was a shorter video, but you're going to gain momentum in your business through consistent repetition and replication.
Replicate is not just another step in the process. When you consistently prepare, discover, coach, and connect, your business will grow. Your frontline will see the importance of these fundamentals and replicate them with their frontline and continue the cycle. Once that happens, you gain momentum in your business that cannot be achieved through individual effort alone. When your team begins to build their own teams, that's where the magic happens.
We're in the business of building builders to build. And so by teaching them those things, how to get over struggles, how to get over those stumbling blocks, then they're able to then teach that to their team members when they come across those issues as well. And I think that's why it's so great to have these simple systems in place so that it is duplicatable, so that I'm teaching by example and there's a format or structure out there for them to follow. And then they can look at that and say, oh, I can do this too. And so I think that's what's going to be really great about this is it's giving them that good foundation. They can replicate it and duplicate it over and over again with their team members.
I recently just asked my team, what do you want me to do more? What do you want to see? Do you want more coaching calls? Do you want more one-on-ones, more meetups? And what my team said was, we just want to see what you're doing on a daily basis. And I was like, wow, they want to see that I'm actually involved with my business. And I think all this team recruiting and different things, if they can see that the leaders are doing what we're saying we're doing, they'll do it. They'll replicate that.
You have to stop looking around, comparing yourself with other people, and really believe in what you are doing in your leadership ability because you're where you are because of the things that you are doing. So you're doing them.
Replicate is the culmination of the 5 fundamentals of team building. When you and your team repeat or duplicate, prepare, discover, coach, and connect, you become a leader of leaders, and your potential is limitless.
All of that. When you consistently prepare, discover, coach, and connect, your business will grow. Your frontline will recognize these fundamentals and replicate them and continue the cycle. We are building, what'd she say? I wrote it down. We are building builders to build. And that is exactly it. Not only do we want to show the way and do those things, but we also want them to duplicate what we're doing. So the replication into habits, habits into routines, routines into systems, and systems into a lifestyle. By consistently applying these 5 fundamentals as your team witnesses positive results, they'll want the same for their business. But this is the biggest. Remember, it starts with you. Model these fundamentals so it's an easier process for your team members to adopt. Setting a goal to check in with yourself 2 weeks from now to reflect on your progress and implementing the 5 fundamentals into your business. So you play a critical role as a mentor and leader for your team. Be there for them, show them the possibilities with Scentsy, and encourage them to do the same for their new team members. Making sure that they know that they're that person for their team, just like you're that person for them. So doing all that with simplicity, authenticity, generosity. Don't overthink it. Be yourself and continue to bless others with your Scentsy opportunity. This course was my favorite so far. Literally my favorite. Let me see. We can start on the next one just because that took a lot longer than I thought it was. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, let's start on this. Let's at least see. I can't remember how long this was. No, this looks like a long one too. We've actually been talking about this. So this looks like it's a short one. A Scentsy Opportunity event, hosting one of those is a fantastic way to introduce potential consultants to the Scentsy business and products. Whether you're organizing the event for your own sponsoring or a team leader assisting your teamies, follow a structured approach will ensure a seamless and engaging experience. Plan and prepare for an opportunity event. So, if you've been to an opportunity event before, some of y'all may not even know exactly what this is, but it is literally just a way to talk to people who are interested in the business. Maybe they're not quite ready yet. Maybe they are ready, but they just want to learn more. Doing an event like this is something that they used to do a lot, but we've actually been talking about doing one. So I love that this is even in here. But defining your goals for what you want for the event. How many new team members are you aiming to personally sponsor from the event? How many current team members would you like to participate in the event? And how many people would you want your team members to sponsor? Choosing an event format. So the format that suits your goals for your event. Options include in-person, social media, virtual, or a combination of both. You want to consider factors such as the target audience, preferences, and logistical constraints. So maybe you have a team and they're all local. That would be a great time to do in person, but maybe you're like me and we almost cover all 50 states. If I was to host one, it would be virtual just because that would be the best for us, right? For me personally to reach that many different people, setting a date and time and then developing an agenda on how the outline of or making an outline for the event, including presentations, interactive activities, Q&A sessions, socializing, making sure that you're keeping your participants interested throughout the event. They're not getting bored. It's not too long. Having other consultants present, and then asking other people outside of yourself to present to make sure that they're getting all of the different perspectives. Get your teamies involved, have them lead out on an icebreaker or share a video of their Scentsy story. If you don't have team members participating, reach out to anyone else in Scentsy or your Scentsy friends about their stories. And then it just talks about having a venue or an online platform, give it a theme. You could do something fun, taco night, business and bubbly, side gig, soiree. And then virtual theme ideas, Scentpreneur Showcase, dream big, start small, love that, or bacon, become a consultant opportunity night. So these are all ideas on what you can do to do that. If you're watching this and you want to do one of those, message me. Okay. A few of y'all have already reached out about doing it. I would love to get that. It's actually on my to-do list. It's on my long-term list and not my short-term list, but yes, I'd love to get this going. Invite guests and promote your opportunity events. So obviously we're not only going to create an invitation list, but we're going to talk about who everyone should invite and which of your teammates want to participate and how to invite them, and making sure that just like with your join message that you're keeping this invitation short and simple, to the point. They know what they're getting into, all of that. So using social media, your posts, your stories, text, email, all the ways that you promote your business. Making sure that when we're talking about money that we include that income claim. That is something that is not an option. We have to do that. So really anytime that you're talking about how your business benefits you, you should include that. So if you earned the luggage, if you earned a trip, if you earned a paycheck, if you earned a flip-flop, you got to put the income claim in there, okay? So that's just important to remember. And if you ever question, should I or shouldn't I, just go ahead and put it in there. And that can be found obviously on your workstation as well. Talking about your presentation. So a well-crafted presentation is the cornerstone of a successful business opportunity event. It's a powerful tool to educate and engage potential consultants, conveying the essence of Scentsy and a potential business benefit. So this is going to guide you through how to make that presentation, making sure that you know your objectives on what you want to accomplish, the specific advantages of becoming a Scentsy consultant, maybe picking a few key benefits to focus on in that event. And then it even gives you an example. Those could include flexibility, earning potential, supportive community, and then just making sure that you and everyone that is presenting is on the same track for the goal of the message. So this is great because this presentation structure could even be part of like a training. So you want to have your introduction, your company overview, product showcase, business opportunity, success stories, training and support, and then a call to action. And again, it talks about the income claims that you have to put in there. But incorporate visuals, right? We want to make sure we're touching all of those learning options or the learning styles of people. Clear and conscious content, add interactive elements so they're not just sitting there listening to you. And then just like a training, you're going to practice your presentation, personalize it, and then prepare for any questions that you may get. I love these commonly asked questions because if you're having the join conversations, these are the questions you're getting. So making sure that you're going over the answers to these specific questions is super important. That way you're ahead of the game, because they may come with a list of questions and then you present and then they don't have any questions because you answered all of them. This talks about in-person events specifically. has an idea for the tickets for the questions, playing an icebreaker. This is gonna probably be the most impactful, the in-person, because people are, again, they're gonna be able to see your face, they're gonna feel your energy, they're gonna actually see the people in the room, right, that are doing this business. So that's important. And then obviously we always have the virtual, which is growing more and more popular for literally all the time, all the things. I was reading and talking. The on Duke never fails. He's got a bark for every training. Come here, Duke, come. So having an on-time drawing, that's a great idea for trainings. A mystery post, have participants like and comment on all posts, one of which is the mystery post. Draw a winner from guests who comment on the mystery post. That drives more engagement since they don't know which one it is. Never heard of that. Love that idea. Not only are videos and stories two of the most powerful persuasion tools you can use for virtual events, but they also get incredible engagement on social media. Ask team members or Scentsy peers to create a 1-minute video sharing a glimpse of their Scentsy stories for you to use in your event. And then it just talks about like personal specials and giveaways to look there to make sure that you're in compliance. All right, just did a time check, but we're going to go a little bit over just so we can get through this training course. Host an opportunity event. The event follow-up. Okay, so this is going to be something that you're going to do, but you also want to teach your people to do. Not everyone will be ready to join your team immediately after the event, but this doesn't mean that they'll never join. That's why that follow-up is crucial. Same thing with hosting and ordering and all those things. If you're not following up, you're doing it a disservice. Promptness is key. So the time of essence when it comes to follow up, usually you want to reach out within 24 to 48 hours of the event. You want to make sure that you're thanking them that they came. You want to personalize your message to them, address any questions they may have, provide additional resources, make sure that they know that you have that relationship with them, right? Maintaining that relationship with them regardless of what they decide to do, join the business or not. If it's not their time, it's not their time. We have to respect that, right? And then it even gives you an example of a message to send. You can copy paste it and make it your own before you send it, and it's easy peasy. Check out the bonus content below for sample scripts that can provide a great starting point for your upcoming Scentsy business opportunity event. So these are going to be scripts that you can use. Again, you're going to copy them, you're going to make them your own, copy, paste, make them your own, and then send them. So it even gives you an outline of with the title, the event description, all the posts. Like, this is amazing, guys. It literally has this done for us. All of the things. 1 hour until the event, 30 minutes till the event. Go live for 25 minutes following live event. I mean, this is just amazing. So these are all of the outline for how you want to do it. Again, if you decide to do it, or you and your teammates get together to do this, these are two ideas. So in person and online. It literally gives you the breakdown of everything. So I think since he's telling us to have a opportunity event, because it just told us exactly how to do it. Love that. All right, so that is the first half. Where am I at? There we go. Of the STAR Consultant. So next meeting that we have, we will start on create a promotion plan. And then we'll do the increase your customer base using Scentsy programs. And then the reflect, revise, reinforce, which is probably similar to the other one. So thank you guys so much. I hope this was helpful. Again, this was my favorite one. I hate that. Oh, where we go. There we go. But yeah, this was my favorite one. I loved it so much. This is great for all leaders. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.